Great. So, welcome everybody. My name is Rishi Ganguly, and thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting me to show your engineering students how to create a website in an hour's time. So let's get started. A few things I just want to tell you before we get started is that there is a chat option and a Q&A option. The chat is good for me to get an instant feedback response from you on something, but don't ask your questions on the chat box because a lot of people do a lot of chatting amongst each other. So I don't want to use chat for receiving your questions. There's another button called Q&A. Click on Q&A and you can ask your questions anytime during my demo. So in case you saw something that I'm showing and you're not sure what it is, just type the question and it'll be parked on the Q&A section. And when I'm done with my demo, I will start taking one question at a time and me and Harshit will try to respond to your question. So Harshit is my partner. He's also on this call and he's the tech genius that he's made all of this happen. I'm just the guy that makes the slick presentation, but actually he's the genius at the back end. So he's going to help me because you guys are all engineering students, and you guys already done C++ programming. So I'm wondering why would you want to learn WordPress, which is like, as I was telling ma'am, it's like KG or kindergarten stuff for you. But anyway, we're here. So thank you very much for coming and attending this program so far. And let's see where this goes. Okay, so let's get started. First thing first is you need to go to this website called websitetraining.in, not .com, .in. So this is where we will be teaching. You can use this like a virtual training institute where you can go any time of the day and create your own website and practice and learn how to do things. Plus, as ma'am said, this entire recording that we're doing is available for you on YouTube later. You can watch the recording and create your website. In fact, the last one that we did is already here in this website. You can see this was done on some particular date. I don't know what the date of this program, but I think it's about a month or two back we did this recording. So, of course, that was target audience was more professionals and business owners. You guys, engineering students, might have different questions. So we'll see how that goes. So this is the basic one-page website that we've created here. I will be creating a website by clicking on the create website option over here. But before I do that, I just wanted to tell you that there's also tech support available here. You can click on the free support that we provide anybody who wants help on how to make a website. They can watch the video and then they can ask questions. This is of course chat. You can send a message. We take about 24 to 48 hours to reply. This was a support chat on WhatsApp. So we don't have phone support or anything like that for free. That is only for people who want to get one-on-one Zoom support from us, like this interaction. But it will be two-way communication that we charge for this. So you can stick with the free support. All of you guys are students right now, and we'll try our best to help you out with whatever questions you have related to making a website. Okay. There are also some how-to and stuff like that. You can take a look at that later. So let's get started. I'm going to click on create website. And first things first, it's going to ask you questions like this. You can, after this program, you can actually go and use this server to do your own website, create your own website. I've made a different email ID just for my coaching stuff, okay? Oh, sorry. My mobile is not on silent. Let me turn that to silent. Sorry about that. Okay, 1.3, 1.3, web tools, and mobile. So later you guys can fill this up and click on next. Now, of course, I have a disclaimer here because I'm not liable for any loss of data because this is just a free training institute, and we cannot store thousands and millions of websites. So after 30 days, it will automatically self-destruct. So if you want to back up your website, whatever work that you've done, you can always click here and then you can transfer your website somewhere else, right? So just click on I agree, create my website, and then it's going to send me an email. There we go. So it says, please check your inbox or spam folder because sometimes emails go to the spam folder to find an email from support@webtools.in. right? And the subject line will be verify your email address to create your website. So let's just do that. Yeah. I'm just going to go to my emails, which is already pre-logged in. I use Gmail. I think most people do, but if you got Yahoo or Hotmail, go ahead and check that. And let's do a refresh. And you can see that I've got an email now called verify your email address to create your website. If I click it, you'll see it has come from support@webtools.in. This is our email. And it says click on verify. And then I'll click on verify. Now it will take me back to website training, and it'll automatically ask me to enter the name of the website username and the password. So I'll just remove what was already stored in there and enter my website name. I'll just call it Rishi 5. Maybe I've got some other Rishis there. So we'll say Rishi 5 and password. Now password, it says your password must be 8 characters long with at least one uppercase, like a capital letter, or one lowercase and one number. So it has to have a combination of at least capital, lowercase, and one number. So I'm going to type some password to match that criteria, and it says good. It's not great, but it's not bad either. So once it's good, then you click on create website. I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this, and I'm going to actually save this so that I don't have to enter it again. You can do the same for your computer if you like later. And then you give it about 5 or 10 seconds, it's actually going to create my website. There we go. It says, yay, website created. Close this pop-up and scroll to locate your website and click on the dashboard to get started. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to close this and I'm going to scroll down. And there are 26 websites here. So I'm going to click on search and I'm going to type RISHI. Now, there's already Rishi website, Rishi 1 and Rishi 5. This is the one I just created right now. And if I click on website, of course, it'll just go to the respective server and open up the landing page that is created by default, right? So this is the one. I'm just going to close this. And then I'm going to click on the dashboard. Now, this is where I go into the back end of the website to make pages, do some blogging, add some videos, put some images. That's what we're going to do right now. Give me a second here while I just open up some. I click on, I have to confirm that I'm a human being and not a robot. So I'll click on that. See. All right, so I'm going to click on this and say Rishi 5, which is already saved the password, and log in. So at any point, again, just let me remind you that you can feel free to just ask me questions. I'm just going to open one of my notes with the Divi password. I am, this software that I'm going to use is actually a paid theme, and I'm going to offer the engineering students the API for free. It's a 17,000 rupee software, but $249 actually. But I'm happy to offer this for free to all the students that want to try this out. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to go to Divi. And I'm going to click on updates and put the username. And then I'm going to put the password, not password, API key, which is this one, and save it. Right now I've saved it. So hopefully if there's an update, I should be able to get the update. It's yeah. So I've got 4.4.0 installed right now. I will be updating it 4.4.7. So it's always good to update the latest theme. I'm just going to select theme and click on update theme. So for those of you that want the username and API, just remember, go to tech support, click on chat, which will basically go to WhatsApp, and then you can ask me for an API, and then I will send you one after the workshop is done. Yeah, don't forget that. Once you update the theme, then you can go to the website and let's see how it looks and what we can do with it. Great. So this is our homepage that they've created. I'm going to now edit this website. All right. Let's go ahead and click on Enable Visual Builder. The nice thing about this Divi software is you can see how the website is looking as you edit the website. Okay. So this is, of course, one standard theme that's come up called Creative Design Agency. You can change this to any other theme you like. Okay, for now, I'll just go with it. I will create another page. This is a home page, like a landing page, and we will create another page called blog after this page. So I'll show you how to create a new page as well. So again, let me remind you, if you have questions, please use the Q&A box and ask your questions, and I will answer this at the end of the demo. So usually in the beginning, it's always good to have, a good image with some big text and maybe a button, some call to action to go somewhere. Let's say I wanted to do something for my company, right? So I could say, learn website. And then I can say, you can learn how to create your website in just 1 hour. Click on register for the next workshop. So you can put some text here, and say this one. I'll put this icon here. Right, so here's your creative website 1 hour. And instead of this learn more, we can actually click on this module setting and we can actually say register, right? Now, when it comes to the link, you can point them to wherever it is that your website registration form is. For example, let's say I use Zoom over here, right? So let me open Zoom. So if I click like a new meeting over here, right? And I say, this is my meeting, I put my description, and let's say I schedule it for Saturday, 6th at 11 a.m., right? And I say save. Now I can copy this link over here, which they've given me over here. Copy. And then I can go to the website and put paste, right? And I can say open this in a new tab, right? So that they don't leave my website. And then I click on screen check and click on the purple circle, which is the bottom. And this is the most important, you click on save, right? Once the save is done, you don't have to worry. Now I can say file, new incognito window, right? And I'll go to website training. And I will scroll down to the search box and type Rishi 5. So I'll go to the website. And I click on register. And it's going to the launch meeting for them. They can start the meeting, right? This is how you can create a page with button, some little text, You can even change the image. For example, let's say I want to change this image to something else. Let's say I go to a website called Pixabay. This is a very nice website. There are a lot of other websites where you can get free images. Don't go to Google and search for images. Use something that is available copyright free. You don't want to get sued by using images from the internet unless they're free to use. I've actually even contributed by putting my own photo up here. Like if you type Rishi Doli, I think you should be able to find it here. There we go. My photos itself are available here, right? So you can upload photos of, if you're a budding photographer, you can put your photographs here. Just go to upload and upload your photograph. So these are photographs that have been contributed by people. Let's say I want to have training, right? Um, this is more like bodybuilding training. Okay, let's say meeting. Yeah, these are much better photographs. Maybe I want to do a photo like this. I click on this photo. Then I can click on free download. And looking at the size of this image, this is my full screen is 1920 pixels. So I'm about halfway there, right? Less than halfway. So I think I'll take maybe this size photograph, 1280 by 853. Now it's important to choose the right size, because if I had taken 1920, then I'm unnecessarily increasing my load time, because this image is 634 kilobytes and every byte counts. You want your page to load fast. So you look at the second one, it's much less space using. So I'll click on download, right? And there we have it. It's downloaded here on the bottom footer. So if I go to my website and I click on uh, this green icon, green box over here, and then I choose the column 2, I think, here, and I click on background, and there's the photograph, which I can change. I click on this gear icon, and I just drag this photograph over here, and it says let's come over here and click on upload an image, and there we have it. We have the image of this photograph which I just downloaded. They also, if you notice that the picture is much wider, but it's kind of cropped it. That's because if I look at this page, I refresh this now and see if the new page is, oh, I don't think I've saved it. So wait a second. Let me save this, right? And then I refresh this. So now I've got the new image. Now, if I go down, right, it actually scrolls, it actually does a bit of a, I can see the person's hand getting cropped as I scroll down. Can you see that? Her stuff on the table is getting cropped as I scroll up. So this is a feature that this website offers, which is called the parallax effect. Let's see if I don't want it and I remove parallax. Now the photograph is zoomed much further. If I save this now, you'll see that this zoom in, which is over here, will be slightly zoomed out. Okay, let's click on refresh. Here we go. This is a little zoomed out. And here, even if I scroll down, her arm is not going to get cropped up and anything like that. So hopefully, if you didn't notice that, you can watch the video recording later and see how that's going to pan out. So this is as far as text, linking, and images. Let's talk about some other sections that you can have on your website. For example, so this is of course the first section over here, right, where you have the first blue box over here is for the section related stuff. Then you have the green box, which is for all the rows and columns. And then for each module, you have this black box over here that comes. This is for this widget. This is for the large text widget. This is for the medium text widget, and this is for the button. So you have sections, you have rows and columns, and then you have widgets for each of these modules, right? So if you look at the next section here, the next section is what we do. So this is typically, depending on what your company, or what it is you as an individual, as a trainer, as a professional, as a coach, as a consultant do. You can put the stuff that you do. Now, what I found interesting is, okay, you guys know how to change text that you've already learned. But I also wanted to show you that you can actually put these nice little icons that they provide for free as part of the widgets. So let's say I want to change this to, say, WordPress, right? And then I click on the icon and scroll down, and I can choose image and icon from here with the drop down, and then go down to find the WordPress icon, which is this one, right? And now you'll see that the icon has changed to WordPress, right? You can again click on save, and let's take a look at this website. So this is the word UX research and icon we changed. So I'm going to refresh this. Let's see how it looks now. Great. So we got a nice little WordPress icon and the text of this. Now this, of course, you'll see that there are 6 different things they're doing. And this is another way to display information, right? You can have 3 columns and 2 rows. So it looks nice from a design point of view. One important thing to remember is when you've got to write your little description of the service over here, you want to make sure that the second and the third, whatever that description text that you're going to write over here, should be the same number of words. And in fact, it should fit in the same number of lines. If you have one description that is longer than the other, then your website will look very bad. Let me show you actually. Let me just add a few more words here. This is just to show you how this may not look as good as the first and third description. It's longer. So you'll see that this is only 4 lines. This has got many more than 4 lines. Then this is 4 lines. So you want to make sure that your number of text in this, and this box is about the same. Okay. One tip, very, very valuable tip here, is that if you cannot reduce the text over here because you say, Rishi, I have to write all of this stuff here. I cannot reduce this by even 1 word. And then I'll say, okay, if that's the case, then you come back to this say, first box. And you know what? Human beings, they're very creative. You can always make up some shit. Just come up with some new stuff and write more text for the first and the third one. It's harder to remove, I understand that. So if you can't remove any further, and the other text is small, then you write some more stuff on the other text so that it all matches up. You have the same amount of words in all 3 so that it looks beautiful. So website is not just about learning how to upload the image or the video or the text, but it is to write the text in such a manner that it also matches in the layout, look and feel. Okay. Quite frankly, if you ask me, the effort to do content is actually harder. Okay. Uh, Designing the technology is dead simple. For you guys are engineers, so it's a no-brainer. You guys are computer software engineers, so tech is easy, especially for you. But for most people, the technology is simpler, and content creation is where their biggest challenge comes, which is where we also, as a company, have access to content writers, content creators. They are able to create, and they write very well and effectively. And content creators is not just in terms of text; they also make videos and stuff like that. So, all right, let's take you to the next section, which is videos. All right, now, of course, let me go to the same website. Might even have videos here, right? Go back to the home page. So you can find some videos here. Here we go, videos. You can get some images, the videos that you all can put here. These are like 21-second videos of some mountain top. It's a 59-second of a flower blooming. you can, depending on what kind of video you want to put. This is, I think, COVID related. I think washing hands. So depending on what your concept, if it is a food thing, you can put this. You can also use videos from YouTube, because if you're allowed to, you can upload these videos to YouTube. We do. We have our own YouTube channel, and we've got our own video. If you notice, this video that we've created, we put it on YouTube, but we've not put it on our website directly like we've uploaded images. We actually, this is our main video, which we've uploaded to not only our YouTube channel, but we have embedded it on our website as well. So I would suggest that you upload your video content to YouTube or Vimeo or some such site which has a very good bandwidth, so that your server does not get too much hits in terms of bandwidth consumption. Better that you have the video playback on some existing video server like YouTube and the likes. And they can right click and copy this video URL, right? And you can go back to your website and see, there we go. So I can click on the video URL here, and I'll change the image. Now here, I'm not going to upload the video. I'm going to, like the image I uploaded, here I'm going to click on insert from URL. I think somebody's mic is on. Let me see. One of the panelists, can you mute your microphone? I don't know who it is. Somewhere. Oh, is it you, ma'am? Ma'am, I think you need to mute your microphone. Yes, thank you very much. All right. So here I'm going to take the video that I just copied from YouTube. I'm going to paste it here. So this is the link to my own video, which is on my website and on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to paste it here into the post, right? Now, of course, the thumbnail is still coming from the previous video that was there on the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go scroll down, and I'm going to click on overlay. When I click on overlay, this is of course the previous thumbnail. I can say generate from video. Now it's going to take the thumbnail from the existing video from YouTube, and it's going to replace that. So now my video is going to look like this, right? This is much better. I say checkbox, and I'm done. So let's save this. So once it saves, okay, great. So let's go down and say refresh. There you go. That's my video. And I can play this. Now, of course, videos are very good nowadays to use for your websites. And if you don't know how to create one, you can always get one created from people like Radhika, who's done our video itself. So a lot of people, they prefer to watch a video or listen to something rather than to actually text, to reading text and learning about your company. Some people do. So you have to take care of both audiences, people who prefer to watch and learn about your company or your business through a video. Create a video and keep the videos short. It should not be more than a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes maximum, right? Videos is, I believe, a key part in creating a website, and I would urge you guys to figure out how to create your website. It could be your own smartphone. You take it and capture a video. Make sure you have a script ready and good lighting. Do it somewhere outside or near a window where you can get good lighting on yourself. And make your own videos, and then people who see a video will be prompted to play the video even for a couple of minutes to learn about your company. Great. The rest of it, of course, are different little animations here. You can see that this got animated. You can change these numbers and this text to whatever you want. It's very simple. I won't get into the details. Here is how you can do it. You can actually go to this, change the number, put it from maybe I've got 1,200 students, and so on and so forth. So you can write here whatever it is that you're doing, so that next time when you click over there, we change this. Right, so refresh it. So these nice little animations, just make it look a little better. So you can put the right data over here. I'll skip this and move to the next section. All these are different ways of presenting. Like here, you've got an image, which has got this lovely effect, and then you've got the text, and again, some call to action button, right? You've got some more images here. Here again are some graphs. I'm sure you see them here. Right? Here we go. So the graphs kind of just went up as we went. So you can write about stuff that is there. Even this animation was there. This video just slide in. Okay. And you have animation text coming in and stuff like this. To have animations to make it look better. Here are some testimonials. You can always change the testimonials and put the right customers' details. It's always good to have testimonials on a website. It just helps your credibility go up further. You can even have video testimonials. I've done that for my website. And this is very important. It's always good to have some call to action, somebody to contact you for something. So if they're interested, they watch your video, they find it interesting, you must have some button at the end. You can even delete a section. Let's say if you do not need this award-winning section, right? So you can actually go and delete a section maybe, right? Maybe you don't need this one, you can delete the section. And then we get down to contact form, which is below. Let's go to contact form. Let's say you like what you see. All right. Let's say this text I don't need here. Delete this. Okay. So I want their name for sure. I want their email address, company name, yeah, maybe. And I want them to send some message, right? Maybe I want to ask them for their phone number. Okay, so I could probably go to module settings and ask them and add a new field here and say, give me their number, right? And that's it. Now, once I ask them for these details, I can go down and click on email and say, send this email to my email address, right? And say click, and click on save. And now let's refresh this and see. Let's save. We'll click on refresh. All right, so slow it down. I'm going to say my name is Superman. And I'm like Superman at superman.com. Super duper company. You guys rock. Make my website. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, whatever. And send. So in case your email server is not blacklisted or anything like that, your email should come to my mailbox. So we'll just see what happens here, right? I'm going to go to my email system. I'm going to archive this. I don't need this email. And let me click on refresh. And there we go. I got a mail from Superman. Yay. So that's it. I got his message, which company he's coming from, and his phone number. And then I can contact him, get in touch. So I just want to show you one last thing on how to create another page here. So let's go back and click on new page. I'm going to save this. I'm going to click on new page. And this is great if you want to do blogging. So for example, I'm going to click on blog. Right. I'm going to publish. And then I'm going to go to use TV Builder. Now I can either build a page from scratch, which is the first option. I can clone an existing page that I've already created. Like I've already created my home page. But in my case, I want to actually select a different type of page. So I'm going to click on pre-made layout, right? And now there are a whole bunch of layouts already available. So I don't have to waste my time designing my own page. I can just pick from something that I like. For example, this was the design agency, right? So I can click on this design agency. And in this design agency pack, I've got a pack of 9 different pages. So they've got an about page, which looks like this, right? They've got a blog page, which looks like this. So I think this is nice. I like the blog idea. So let me click on use this layout. And now it's going to import this entire layout from the Divi site. And it's going to give me a ready-made blog page for me to use, right? So there we go. I've already had the first article, Hello World. That's there as part of every WordPress website. So if I click on save, I've got my blog page ready to go, right? Now, I can create a new blog article. So I'll go to new post. And I can make a post a little bit better, apart from just making it something fun. So let me take one of my existing, let's say I go to rishigangoli.com, which is one of my professional blog. And I've blogged on something called Be Excited for the Next 10 Years. This is an interesting one I found. It's a video that I liked. So I can copy this, right? Now let me see. Right? And I can choose a default editor and copy this video link, copy. And it's automatically putting the video for me here. And let me see if I can put a featured image here. Let me see if I can get the video image, which is probably already out there on YouTube. Let me just see. Yeah, it's already there. So I can take this image. This is from a guy called Nas Daily. I'm just going to use his image here. You have to right click and say save image as. And I'm going to just save it to my downloads called Be Excited for Next 10 Years. And it's saved. So here I can put this as a featured image. Just drag it over here. And it's also going to replace this blog article. And if I click on refresh over here, you'll see that I have a blog page that has come up automatically. If I click here, I'll see my blog page, and notice this second blog has come first now, because blogs are always about writing the latest blog in the first one, and then the one before that and one before that. So it's always chronologically the reverse order. This is how you create different pages on your website. So at this point, I think I've given enough information. I'm already at close to 12 o'clock. So let me open this up for questions and see if anybody has questions. Let me see, stop sharing. And we have some chat option. No, no chat. Here's the Q&A box. Okay, no questions. Wow, you guys, either I'm very good at explaining things or you guys have no questions whatsoever, or you're busy going to have lunch or something like that. So I guess there's no questions and no chats. I hope people are still there on the call. If you guys have questions and you want to ask me questions, use the Q&A box and I will try to answer them. And yeah. And any of the panelists want to dive in and ask questions, that would be great. We've got about 36 attendees and about 17 panelists. Hopefully they're there. I'm getting absolutely no response. Okay, here we have in the chat, Ilangovan. So the Q&A box isn't working for us. That is, we aren't able to type anything there. Oh, really? Oh no, that's the panelists. Yes, as a panelist, you can't use the Q&A box. You'll have to use the chat. So go ahead and the Q&A is just for attendees only. So if you have questions, okay, there we go. Somebody in Santini. How to use semantic web in commercial websites. What is the point of it? Semantic web. I don't know what semantic web is. Let me Google that. So, actually, do you know what is semantic web? Let me share my screen.
It's a complex term.
Okay.
Not something that we really can get into right now.
Yes, semantic web, a proposed development of the World Wide Web in which data and web pages is structured and tagged in such a way that it can be directly read by computers. Oh, okay, absolutely. Harshad is bang on, right? I'm so sorry. If I don't even know where to begin to apologize. But I mean, this was, as I mentioned, it's even at the beginning of the program, right? I said that this is WordPress. You guys are engineering students, so this is beyond the scope of this training program. It's yeah, I don't think we can get into that answering anywhere close to that question right now. So sorry, Santini, right? The second one is how to determine the ranking of web pages. Huh. There are a lot of SEO tools out there.
Yeah, that's Neil Patel's. I think someone Uber suggests.
Yeah. He's a good guy, right? Neil Patel, SEO, right?
You search for Uber suggests. That's very popular.
Yeah, there we go. NeilPatel.com. This is the place. He's got a YouTube channel. You must watch this guy. It's huge. SEO again. Santini. This is a place which I'm gonna click on this, copy, and I'm gonna paste this in the chat, right? Santini, take a look at this website to get your answers, and you can use the as I said, we have a website called Website Training. Click on Tech Support, and you click on Chat, and we'll try and get you answers to questions like this if we can. Right. The next question is coming in from what web developers should know. Should know about what? This is the question from Abirami, Abirami. What web developer should know? So your question is not complete. you know, what web developers should know about what. So, so please, if you can rephrase that question, that would be helpful. Yeah. The next one is from PS Meena Lakshmi. Meena Lakshmi. Okay. So this seems good and cool. Thank you. Doesn't need any prior knowledge on HTML. Absolutely. CSS, right? Other scripting language, nothing. You can just make a website, as I said, in 1 hour, right? We've been here for an hour, and how easy it is to make. As long as you have the content ready, you should be good. So thank you very much for the compliment. I guess that was not a question, so there's an answer there. Next one is from Tejas Puni. Okay. Does SEO integration help in influencing website credibility? Yes. So there are two paths to SEO. This is just like a very basic SEO thing I can share with you. For SEO, you have two parts. One is the on page, and the second one is off page. Right? Off page SEO is basically the more important one. On pages, you can look up a particular, I'm just going to type it in here. It's called Yoast. Yoast SEO. This is good for on page SEO. This will optimize your website. It's a plugin for WordPress, which will teach you how to optimize your website. But that takes care of about maybe 5 or 10% of ranking. It doesn't do the full job. The other part, which is off-page SEO, is what I get to understand is the main substance of SEO. I mean, that's what makes it work. And what that does is basically backlink your website or other websites. So what SEO experts do is they find out based on the content of your website, they have to backlink your website to relevant other websites at not more than 50 per month to track, to let Google know that your website is also getting linked by other websites. So therefore your ranking starts going up. So they, by the way, SEO experts, if you want to get into SEO, it's a huge business because those who need it will pay premium. They pay about $25,000 a month, and they see results only after 6 to 12 months. So you're already down by say 2 to 4 lakhs in terms of expenditure. So not everybody does it. There are, as I said, that Neil Patel is a good website to look at to learn about on-page and off-page SEO. Even Yoast is very good for understanding that. So try that out and hope that helps. Let's see, we have chat here. Then we have next question from Raj. So being curious about web development, how do you keep up with latest development in web dev? Because it's always changing. Harshit, any recommendations to subscribe to any good keywords? I use usually Google Alerts. What would you put keywords for?
I think keeping up with latest technology.
That's the best, right? Google Alerts.
Yeah, Google Alerts is one way to see. Usually, I just subscribe to some good bloggers on YouTube,
Okay.
video bloggers basically.
Could you share that?
I can just share some on the chat itself. Okay.
Okay, great. So Raj, stay tuned. Harshit is going to punch in some websites that you might want to subscribe to, and but it's nothing is permanent. You never know what's happening. But try those blogs. I mean, Harshit is a web guy, so you might want to look at the blogs he's subscribing to. Okay, next question is from Abhirami. What skills should a web developer have? Harshit, you want to take a stab at that one?
In my sincere opinion, a web developer just needs to have brains to make sure you do the right thing. Because languages are changing. Sorry, what?
Not very helpful, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm saying is that you can't really focus on one specific language since it's changing, so rapidly. And there is now a specific group for no coders group. That's what they call them. Okay, so it's not. Just let's take an example of making a WordPress site. Okay, you don't really need to know any specific language. You just need to have a brain and make sure you're doing the right thing.
Right.
That's how you. Basically, it's a web development, right? Website developing is something of web development.
Right. Right. I think I'd like to add something to that question because it's a very broad question. I remember I've been working now for like 25 years. I was fortunate to have a mentor by the name of Anil Nanavati in my previous company. And he's a IIT engineer. He was in the US for about 25 years. And then in 95, 96, he came and started a company which I was part of way back in 95, 96. And I used to ask him about similar questions like this. And he said, Rishi, you know what? You, you don't have to know which language to learn or what language to learn and things like that, or which skills to develop, right? You need to have the basics of the fundamentals clear, right? And then whether you use language A, B, or C is just a question of okay. So I understand the fundamentals of programming, right? But if you look at the C language and B language and A language, there is okay. This script, the syntax is different, and for that I have to refer to the references or the manual, right? As they say, read the freaking manual. So you're gonna have to refer to the manual for that specific language. But you cannot develop an affinity for a language and then be stuck to it and say, no, I don't want to move to anything else. And there's no one best. Every time a new language is created, there was a reason why they created the language. If there was already so many languages out there, you know, you should first study why they created the language, and that will give you clarity about what to do. What to do. So don't be stuck to any language. Don't be stuck to syntax because it'll keep changing. What you need to do is have your fundamentals right. And this is coming from a guy who's just a techie but not a programmer myself. But I think I understand the concepts, and hopefully that will be helpful. Anything else you want to add on that, Harshit? Or
No, I think that basics. I think that point is correct. The basic needs to be clear. Yeah.
have you read any books that you want to recommend for basics and fundamentals of programming?
Oh yes, I have that. Let me just send that name to
Please do that. That will help
chat. Yeah,
the
yeah,
person.
yeah.
That if they can just go and read those books, get the fundamentals right, and
True, true.
they can
Absolutely.
attack anything they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we have next one is we use CSS3 latest version in website development. Major difference between CSS and CSS3. Oh, okay. You're asking what is the difference between CSS and CSS3. Okay. Once Harshit is done putting the book links, I'm gonna let him answer that question. If he has the answer to that question, that is. So let's look at the next
Oh,
question.
I didn't understand the question. What exactly is the question?
I think the question is, we're
Uh-huh.
currently using CSS3 latest version for website development.
Right.
What's the major difference between CSS and CSS3? Is there something
Um,
like that, or is just if you can Google it, give it to him?
yeah, I can send some reference link if
Type,
you want to know what is the
yeah.
difference
If you
between.
really want to know the difference to something, I think Google is way better than us in those kind of.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right.
Just type CSS space VS for verses and CSS3, and you'll get the freaking list.
Here's
Okay.
the link. I'll send you.
There you go. Harshit has just posted the link. Awesome. Great. Thank you, Harshit. Next question is from Aishwarya Ilango. How to determine the ranking of web pages? Ah, this question I thought we looked at earlier, didn't we? Thought we looked. Yeah. No. Yeah. How to determine the ranking of web pages? So I think I'm going to. That was asked by Santini earlier, and now it has been come back from Aishwarya. So I'm gonna skip that one. How to determine the ranking of web pages? Yeah, that's all SEO. You know, there are tools that you can get on Neil Patel's website for that. I'm not an SEO expert, right? But try Neil Patel. Yeah, he's supposed to be good. PS Meena Lakshmi. How about integrating AI technology to our chatbot? Yes, there are lots of. I mean, Harshit himself has been looking at various chatbot technologies. We thought there are so many chatbot technologies out there. Why bother to reinvent and redo this technology when there's so many to choose from, right? So, yeah, Harshit, in your search for chatbots,
Uh-huh.
like the one we're using is not an AI-based one, right? It's just a
No,
basic,
it's not. Yeah.
it's just a process flow. You
Just
ask
a process. Correct.
direct, and
Exactly.
good for sales guys like us, right? People
Correct. Correct.
stuff that one that you used is good. But have you also looked at some of the AI chatbots, and are there any ones that you thought were like good but too complicated to handle, and therefore you just dropped it? What's your understanding of AI with chatbots?
So there is this. I am not able to remember the name of the company, but they do offer integration with a third-party company, which are they are into AI. Like they make this sort of an automatic algorithm which automatically runs what needs to be run. So it's like crowd like how the Wikipedia works, the crowd funded thing. So
Okay.
the answers and the questions are coming from different sources, and then you can use them like instantly. So
And
that's one part of AI without doing any programming or anything like that. Just using ready-made tools. Okay, that's
I
that's that's one way to go with AI. Other ways you can create your own AI and then create a chatbot out of it. That's one way.
okay. And so there are tools that you can recommend or places they should go.
Yeah, I can recommend. I'm just searching for it.
Okay, great. So regarding this is P.S. Meena Lakshmi. So Harshit is going to type in some links on the chat so that you can take a look at them and uh, you know see if it helps you with your chatbot AI technology thing. Next question is from, okay, first there's one question that came from an anonymous attendee in the Q&A box. So hopefully this anonymous attendee is still on the call. The question is, how as a student making a website can be profitable? Okay, so a website, this is a good question actually. A website cannot be profitable on its own. Okay, for example, let's say Neil Patel, he's a blogger. So he sells stuff on his blog also. He promotes sometimes. He does affiliate marketing and he promotes some specific tools. So you could be a blogger, and because you write really good stuff and people are like, wow. Like I said, Neil Patel, he's really good. Uh, he's in the US somewhere. So if there are people who write good content and create good information, their subscriber base goes through the roof. You could do a content in videos or blog articles. And so if your blog site has a lot of good content, a lot of traffic, then you become a person that people want to know about or hear about you. So they whatever you recommend, they will click it. So you can make money on affiliate marketing, you can make money on advertising and things like that. Now, on another side, you have companies like Amazon, that's a website, and Flipkart, that's a website. So they are selling products that people want to buy, and they want all the conveniences that an online store can give them, which is, hey, if I buy it and it gets delivered to me and it doesn't work, I'm going to say, take it back, and you take it back. So people are happy with a website like Amazon and Flipkart because they've got consistently products delivered to their doorstep, and then they can send it back in case it's not bad. So when you have good services offered and a range of products available to buy from a website, then you can make a lot of money selling stuff. But then you have to compete with companies like Amazon and so on and so forth. So either you pick a niche, but there must be a need. And by itself, a website doesn't make money. You got to advertise, you got to promote. So you either promote on places like Facebook if your target audience is on Facebook. You want to try and put Google ads if your target audience is on Google ads. For example, many property dealers, they know that they're going to make lots of money selling properties, right? But they want leads, and they can't just do an email blast or an ad campaign because that will not work as such. Only if people are searching for certain keywords, like for example, in Bombay, there are different locations, right? Suburbs. So there's Powai, there's Andheri, there's Bandra, there's Chembur. So if people type 2 space PHK space Chembur, then my ad should come up on Google Ads. And then I get a lead, and then I call up the person, show them the property, and sell. So a website per se doesn't generate traffic unless you create the content or you promote it, right? So hopefully that helps your answering your question. This is a question who was the anonymous attendee. I'm going to dismiss this question. All right, great. Next one is from Neela. How to optimize a website assets? I didn't get the question. How to optimize page load time? Okay, so load time I can talk about. For example, the the video should not be loaded on your uh, website. Try and put it out on another server so that it doesn't reduce your bandwidth of your server. Like YouTube and Vimeo are good websites to put your video content. Images, make sure they're optimized in terms of the compress. You can go to websites like image JPEG compress or something like that. So let me just search that up. Compress images. So I think there is this, yeah, compressedjpeg.com is one website, right? You can use these websites. I use them sometimes. Let's see what the chat.
So the GT metrics one is a nice tool to
Oh yeah,
check.
you could also check out GT metrics. So if you have GT metrics and you put your website in it, so let's see how bad or good our own website is in terms of performance, right? So let's go to website training in and go to GT metrics and we put the URL and we'll see how good or bad our own website is. Not that we care because it's good enough for us. It loads whenever we are doing a training. And oh, this is interesting. 40 jobs ahead of you. Estimated is 9 seconds. They're like a heavily, what, 51 jobs ahead of me? How is it increasing, man? All right, let this happen. In the meantime, let me look at the next question. Neither. How to miss load time. Okay, then the next one is, okay, Harshit's response. How the YouTube videos can be made to reach that audience? Is there any marketing idea for that? Okay, so use one of these to make a YouTube video. Hi, Rangovan. We noticed your videos on. Okay, you put some photograph on there. Okay. Yeah, use a phone. I mean, that's the cheapest option available. Make sure there's good lighting. But to make a video go viral and stuff like that, the content has to be good. Now, I mean, I hate to say this, but I don't know whether you guys have heard of this. Oh, by the way, the scores on GT Metrics is up. It's a B speed and a C Y slow. So here, if you look below, it takes about 5.6 seconds to load, and the web page is about 1.5 megabytes, and it's got around 51 requests. But here we go. This is an F score on some details given here. So he says the YouTube right now is taking about 1.1 MB data. Then recapture releases, it's taking some small amount of data, 271 KB. So we can't help this. We need this. So, we're okay with our performance. Really, but the rest of it is all good, I guess. We've got many A's over here, some few B's over here, and one F. All right. What was the last question I was attending to right now? Yeah, there's this website, selfie, Leli Aj. I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen this Dingchak Puja. Selfie Maine Leli Aj on YouTube. This has 45 million freaking views. I want to know how many people have seen this video on the. Yeah, Raj has seen it. This is. I mean, I can't even call this good quality. She's Besura. I mean, she's kind of sing for nuts. Okay, but for those of you that are probably going to see it, like even Tejaswani has said, I've seen this. Right, this is something that went viral, and she's a freaking influencer. I mean, if you take a look at her YouTube channel, right? I'm not going to actually view the video. But obviously there's an ad coming up right now. So she makes money out of ads.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help.
Right? I'm not going to play this ad, but as she says, it's got 43 million views, right? If you go to Dhinchak Puja and you see her average views of her videos.
Does your competitor get more?
So all these ads is where she makes money from. Plus, she makes recommendations and she puts all kinds of stuff in there. And then she does sometimes promotions of somebody else's something, and then she gets money. So this is like, look at this, 10 million views 3 years ago, 15 million views. This is the one that made 43 million, 10 million, 7.6 million views, 6.9 million. So every time she gets so many people watching her crappy videos, I am busy saying crappy videos, but she's making money. So who am I to, say that she's right or wrong? But, you got to have balls to do videos like this because they're really horrible. They're like so horrible. I'm like, my God, how does she even have the ability to do that? But, that's something to think about.
She is running on that. Any publicity is the best publicity. Yeah.
Sorry, come again?
Any
Yeah,
publicity is good publicity.
correct.
That's
So
what.
maybe this is negative publicity, but she's cashing in
Yeah.
on negativity and she's making money. So who am I to say it's right, wrong, good or bad, right? So it all depends. Would I want to do this? Probably not. I'll give it a miss. I've got family to go to, and they're like, Rishi, what's your problem? I mean, anyway, I get labeled to do all kinds of crazy stuff. So, all right, let's see. Next question is, so what are the key responsibilities of a web developer? Too broad a response, no? Responsibilities? What is responsibility? You should be a responsible. I don't know how to answer that question. This is from Resmika. So if you're still on the call, I don't know. I don't know how to reply to that question. Okay. Next one is from Nitya, K Nitya. What are the things should available in the homepage which made easy access for the viewers? Actually, that's a good one. You should have everything. You should have a quick overview of everything on the homepage. So you could have, let's say, an about section, which would be 2 lines and some photo and a more button. And when they click on more, then they go to the about page, which could be a Ramayana about you or your company or whatever. Then if they have some blog, right? If they have like 40 blog articles, just put 3 blog articles on the homepage itself, right? If you have if you have 3 services, right? So you, like in our own website, our homepage has the 3 services, but I've just written 3 lines, 3 lines, 3 lines of all the services for people to quickly get a sense of what is this service is about. If they want more details about the service and they click on that image, like they want to see what are the websites and apps, they click on that, now they'll go to, let me actually show it to you, right? So let's go to webdudes.in. So here we have my website and the 3 services. So if I click on websites and apps, if I click it, it'll open a landing page which will talk everything about create your website. So you can either learn to create your website, which is what you guys are doing, or you can request us to create it for you. So learn how or do it for me. So if I click on do it for me, I go to a Google form and I capture all the information about what they want to create a website. So this is, of course, a lead generation form for me to understand who I should deal with and who I shouldn't. Now, if I click on email marketing, right, it'll go to the bulk mail services page, which says, here's the pricing. If I click on pricing, it tells me, okay, the services start at 15,000 a year, 30,000 a year, 60,000 a year. And they can click on buy now. Okay, they can go for a free trial. And there's some video over here of this particular Amazon SES to send email to clients. And if there's any questions, they can look at questions. These are the terms and conditions. So, I mean, this is what a homepage should be. It should be a little bit, little bit, little bit. And then when they click here, then it will go to more details later, right? Testimonials is something that could put on the homepage, right? These are some video testimonials, some text testimonials, which we've got from our client. We can put people about the image, like we met Harshit and me today. Pradosh is busy with some other work. He's the content marketer for us. And then you can put a contact form there for them to subscribe to learn about my services. And then again, you can contact me if you have a question on WhatsApp. Right. So hopefully that answers your question. And we've got some more question on Q&A. Can we make money after making a website? Yeah, this is from an anonymous attendee. Of course, you can. Like I told you, Neil Patel is one example. There are many bloggers who blog. Affiliate marketing. By the way, I should show you affiliate marketing. So, for example, a lot of people had been asking me how to. Let me just show you something. This is my own website, right? Rishi.com. And I created an article called Zoom Webinar Kit, right? Now, for creating a Zoom webinar, like right now, this at the back over here, it's not really there. Let me show you something over here. Correct. See, this is actually uh, a virtual background, which I can take it out. It's actually a green screen, right? But I can superimpose this green screen with a different background, maybe this conference room over here, or maybe a shelf with books on it, you know. And if I want to show a shelf with more books on it, I can have more books on it. The point is I can choose whatever background I want, but this will happen only with the green screen at the back. So in this particular kit, I've told them that you can get a tripod, you can get a camera stand, you can get mobile stands, you can get green screens, you can get a backdrop. You can put these LEDs so that you get good lighting on your face. But there are two LEDs, you can't see it. It's right here. But these are various things you can do to get a very good Zoom webinar software. And I sent this to all my contacts. And I said, guys, if you want to do Zoom webinars now because of the lockdown, you can do that. So when they click on the link, right, they have my affiliate code built into that link of the website. So then what happens is when they click it and then they buy it or buy something else, I get a commission, right? So you can make money on a website, but as long as you have traffic coming in there, okay? I made on my personal blog how to cut your hair with a comb and a trimmer, and I put a link in there to get trimmers from Amazon, and Amazon pays me money. So many people bought clippers, and I got some $500, $400 as commissions from all the sales of all those clippers. It must have cost a few $1,000. So that's one way you can make money. But for that, you need to have an audience. You need to have traffic. You need people to want to know about who you are and what you're doing. You can't just sit there, make a website, and then hope that somebody will click it. Nobody knows about your website's existence unless you promote the website, right? And the content has to be good or bad, right? Like selfie, maine, le yeah. That's not good content, but that's negative content, but does high volume, high traffic, right? So I'm going to discuss that. Okay, where can I begin to improve email targeting? So you need to have lead generation forms. Basically, either if your customers are end users, you want to make sure you advertise on Facebook. That's a good place to find people who are end users. Like somebody wants to buy a mouse, or somebody wants to buy some lipstick or some shirt, maybe, or something like that. That's where you find your audience. And you want to build a lead generation ad campaign. You can learn more about that from. I'm going to put on the. Let me answer it right here. Take a look at some of the services here. Okay, I'm going to say send. So that's a place where you can understand. The second option is go to, if your target audience is corporates, then you can go to LinkedIn and find the right people by designation or by location or by industry, and then connect with them and build the email and mobile databases. Right. So these are two ways you can do that. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Next one is from So let me just take one or two more questions, and I think it should be done. It's already 12:30. I hope that's fine. What are the most important things to concentrate when creating a website or blog in WordPress to attract users? Um, there's no generic answer to that question. Uh, but as I said, you should have both the text and video, because if you have a video, and a lot of people don't mind pressing, they all know there's a play button means it'll be a video. So if you click on the play button and listen to what it is that you want to talk about, like I created in this case, I created a text, right? This is just text with the links. And if you click on the link, then you'll go to Amazon and it's got my code in there. So when somebody buys the tripod, you click on add to cart and then I get money because they bought this tripod. Now let's go to my personal blog, right? Who is rishi.com. This is a different set of audience, right? This is not my professionals. This is my friends, buddies, people who I've met over the last so many years. Now, this is the one how to get a haircut during COVID-19, right? So this is the video, right? So here, when they see the play button and they actually click on play, they'll actually listen to me, hear me. They'll see what I'm telling them about my hair. And this is the comb and this is the clipper. And there's a button right here to click on hair clippers. When they click on hair clippers, they'll go to Amazon and they'll see a whole bunch of hair clippers to buy. I'm not specifically recommending anyone, but anyone that they buy after that within a certain period of time, when they're on the website, I'll get paid commission. So this is what you can do to make your content really attractive. Okay, these are some things to keep in mind. Are you working on mobile application design and development? Yes. How do you take into account SEO, maintainability, UX, performance, and security when you're building a web application? How do you take into account? I didn't get the question. I've been speaking about all of these things right now, so I'm not too sure I've understood your question. Okay, this is some things from Harshit. Okay, great. So that's, I think, the last question we have. So, ma'am, I think we're pretty much done. Do you have anything you want to add before we conclude the session for today? And I will send the recording on YouTube tonight. So I'll send it to all the registered people. Plus, you can forward it to anybody who didn't register. Would there be anything else you'd like to cover or talk about? Ma'am, I think your mic is muted. You might have to unmute your mic before we conclude today. It's at the bottom right. Unmute.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I have tried to do something, but I can't get it. Sir, how do you feel and present to our students?
Yeah, lots of good questions coming up from your students. I think it was great. I hope the real questions, I hope the students found it valuable. So maybe they can reply on the WhatsApp or the email and let me know what they think. Maybe I can send a feedback form if that's okay. Can I send you a feedback form to send to all of them?
Yes, sir, you can do. And I'll forward the link to the students so that they can fill the feedback form.
Awesome.
And one more doubt is you are working in mobile application design and deployment. If so, then you can present regarding that to our students later, not now, later.
So actually, the guy that does the mobile app development is another guy. He's in Bangalore. I can check with him if he has something he'd like to present, and
Okay,
and then I'll connect. I'll set up the call at that time.
yes, sir.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. On behalf of our department, I thank for this wonderful session which you have shared with us, and we really acknowledge this for your great support. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.